Our law firm received an alarming email from a Canadian with a pardon traveling to the United States that I want to share with you. Hello, thought I would share some information that might be of interest. Scenario: pardon holder, my decades-old offense never caused any problems crossing the border, was never stopped or questioned until recently, the first attempt at crossing after receiving the pardon. Agent searches, identifies criminality. I was questioned in secondary, was cautioned that the pardon is not recognized and entry denied in future. My file is now flagged and I will not be trying to enter the US. It is not an experience that I need or want to repeat. I'm Dan Joffe, US Waiver Lawyer. If you're looking for expert advice on traveling to the United States without stress, schedule a free call with me using the link in the description below. Let's get started. This email describes a scenario that we hear all the time, and there are lots of questions that need to be answered. The biggest one being, how can the U.S. Customs and Border Protection, the CBP, see your pardon offenses after you received a pardon in Canada? Let me break it down into 3 points. 1, U.S. does not recognize Canadian pardons. A Canadian pardon hides your criminal record under Canadian law, but the United States does not recognize or honor Canadian pardons or record suspensions. When you try to enter the United States, your pardon or record suspension has no standing or power in the United States. The U.S. CPP treats you as if your criminal record still exists. That means you may still need a US Entry Waiver to legally enter the United States, even with your pardon. 2, US may access criminal record archives. When you get a pardon or record suspension in Canada, your criminal record gets removed from the CPIC criminal records database. However, US CPP officers may be able to access CPIC versions to find your past criminal history. They may also be able to see traces of your criminal record like fingerprint service numbers which indicate you were arrested and charged. Seeing any criminal history will likely trigger what's called a secondary inspection by the CBP. In these secondary inspections, the CBP will likely ask you detailed questions about your criminality. 3, offense details dictate entry approval. If the US CPP officers access your criminal record, your specific charges determine if you'll be denied entry to the United States or not. Minor convictions like DUIs may not cause a problem. However, entry is often denied to those who commit crimes involving moral turpitude. This is a complex area of law. If you're not sure about whether your crimes involve moral turpitude, reach out and schedule a free call with me. The bottom line, a Canadian pardon does not guarantee entry to the United States. You may still need a US Entry Waiver. Click the link below to schedule your free consultation to understand your options. With proper legal help, you may be able to visit the United States without any problems.